Good morning and welcome to News Lounge. I'm Anna Fleetwood.
And I'm Holly Fallon. Good morning.
And today on our sports desk and bringing us all the latest weather news, we have our very favourite fellow, Connor Tobin.
Morning guys, how's it going?
Well, Connor.
Well.
That's good. Coming up in the sport, Ricky Ponting has made an emotional exit from cricket. He finished the last test yesterday.
Okay,
it's all coming up in sport.
Sounds interesting. And later in the program, we're joined by Ben Farley. He's from the IGA Lord Mayor's Carols in the City. Very interesting stuff that's happening this Saturday, so stay tuned for that.
It's going to be a great show today, but before we get right into it, we have to turn to the very important, in fact, it's in our name, segment of today's show, the news. Rebecca Wilson, hi.
Hi, how are you guys this morning? Making news today, Tuesday the 4th of December 2012. 99 full-time jobs at the Brisbane Royal Children's Hospital are being cut as part of a bid to save taxpayers $15 million. As a result, positions will be reduced in other related children's health subsidiaries. Labor's opposition leader Anastasia Palaszczuk has blamed Health Minister Lawrence Springborn for all of the job cuts. Plans for twin helipads to be built on the bank of the Brisbane River were unveiled by Lord Mayor Graham Quirk and Acting Premier Jeff Seeney yesterday. The project is expected to cost between $3.8 and $9 million and will seek support from the private sector. Councillor Quirk says the new helipad is part of a Brisbane becoming a world city and should be built in time to transport world leaders into the CBD for the 2014 G20 summit. He said the infrastructure will provide opportunities for the corporate, government and tourism sectors of Brisbane. Queensland's Child Protection Inquiry has taken a number of letters into evidence as it investigates how well the Queensland Government, under the leadership of Wayne Goss, responded to allegations of child sexual abuse in youth detention centres. After looking into the adequacy of the state's child protection system, the inquiry is now heading into more politically controversial territory. The letters outline staff concerns about the management of Brisbane's John Oxley Youth Detention Centre in the late 1980s. These concerns led to former magistrate Noel Heiner beginning investigations. The Heiner inquiry began investigating allegations in 1989 before it was shut down and documents were controversially shredded a year later. A community meeting was held yesterday to discuss racial tension between Samoan and African residents of the Logan area. A 21-year-old man remains in custody after being charged with the death of a 17-year-old Logan teen, Jordan Matahari Tukaki. The tragic death occurred when the teenager was hit by a car during a brawl that erupted at a party at Woodridge over the weekend. Charles Green has been charged with the counts of murder and dangerous driving. He will remain in custody until his hearing in late January. A police officer escaped relatively unscathed after shots were fired at his vehicle in Mitchell, a town southwest of Toowoomba. The bullets penetrated through the passenger window and the driver's windscreen, forcing the officer out of the car to take cover. The officer suffered cuts to his left arm and right elbow. Police reinforcements quickly arrived and arrested a 24-year-old man near a local river. The man is set to face Roma Magistrates Court. A 16-year-old boy has been charged with attempted murder in Townsville after allegedly attacking a 14-year-old girl with a knife on Saturday. The incident occurred in a park near Burt Street, where it's believed that the girl, who knew the boy, suffered a number of stab wounds and was taken to hospital. The boy will be dealt with under the provisions of the Youth Justice Act. A Burleigh headsman has been denied bail after he allegedly used a machete to break into and threaten the occupants of a Broadbeach Waters home on Saturday. 26-year-old Brenton Swift faced the Southport Magistrates Court yesterday, where police alleged that he committed acts of violence, willful damage, assault and possession of dangerous drugs and fireworks. He is due to appear in court via video link on the 30th of January. Shoppers were in for an uncomfortable day out at Westfield Chermside yesterday when a burst water main affected the centre's air conditioning, water and restrooms. According to the centre's Facebook page, the problem has now been fixed and trading will be back to normal for today's predicted heatwave of 39 degrees. All Dressed Up, from Broadway to Hollywood, opens to the public today at QPAC. The exhibition features pieces from the collection of Nicholas Inglis, an avid collector of stage and screen memorabilia. The display features 36 pieces worn by stars including Judy Garland, Liza Minnelli, Barbara Streisand, Bette Midler, Eddie Murphy, Peter Allen and Robin Williams. You can also see outfits made famous by the film Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. The exhibition runs until April next year and entry is free. Southern Queensland is bracing itself for the worst bushfire threat in the last 10 years. Firefighters are predicting severe to extreme weather conditions perfect for bushfires for the remainder of this week. Acting Superintendent Cole Neal says such warm weather has not been since the 2002 bushfires that devastated the Toowoomba, Tara and Stanthorpe districts. Fire authorities are urging landholders in the state's west to delay burning off due to severe fire dangers and continuing hot weather. And speaking of which, today is the hottest December day Brisbane has seen in 11 years. But with temperatures expected to peak in the 40s today, firefighters are placing Queensland on high fire alert. The fire threat stretches from the New South Wales border to the edge of the Northern Territory, with gusty winds and dry conditions adding to the concern. Controlled fires are already burning across the state, but authorities are warning residents to be prepared. Queensland's Chin community will celebrate the Burmese culture this Saturday by coming together in Logan to showcase the talents of their young people. The Chin community believes that by keeping their young people healthy, active and involved in cultural traditions, they will be more likely to stay away from drugs and alcohol. The event is sponsored by the Logan City Council and will take place on the 8th of December from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. at Ewing Park in Woodridge. That's all in the news today, but now back to you.
Thanks, Beck.
Thanks, Beck.
And some big news out of London this morning. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge are expecting their first child. Yeah, I was very excited to hear that. So we certainly wish them well. We hear the Duchess is in hospital with acute morning sickness, which apparently suggests twins.
Yeah, huge speculation around twins, which I'm hoping for. So
Well,
very
can
exciting.
you have a co-monarch? How does that work?
I don't know.
First twin to arrive?
First one out. We'll see what happens there. Yes. Let's find out now what's happening in this scorching weather. Over to you, Connor. What's happening?
Thanks, guys. Well, Brisbane is in for another hot day today, with the mercury expected to soar over 40 degrees around the state. December is shaping up to be another hot month after Queensland saw weather records being broken throughout the state during November. News Lounge would like to remind our viewers to remain vigilant during these bouts of hot weather, as the Queensland Fire and Rescue Service says conditions today mean about 2/3 of the state will face serious or extreme fire threat. As for today's weather, Brisbane is expected to be fine, mostly sunny and very hot today. We'll experience a top of 39 degrees here in the city and a bit cooler, 37 on the bay side. There'll be light to moderate north to northeasterly winds with a severe fire danger. The Gold Coast will be fine and mostly sunny with a top of 35. The Sunshine Coast will be fine and mostly sunny also with a top of 38. Ipswich can expect a very hot and sunny day with a top of 41 there. Around the state, Cairns will be fine and sunny with a top of 34. Townsville also fine and mostly sunny, 34 there as well. Mackay will see a possible late shower or storm and a top of 34. A possible shower or storm for Rocky today with a top of 39. Mount Isa will be fine and mostly sunny with a top of 41. That's all we've got time for the weather, guys.
Yeah, definitely remember to slip, slop, slap there.
That's it.
Absolutely. Actually, slip, slop, slap was originally slip, slop, shove. Didn't take off
Nice
that one.
piece of trivia.
It's time you didn't
Thanks for
know.
that.
It's time to go to a break now, but when we return, we're joined by Ben Farley from the IGA Lord Mayor's Carols in the City, and here's a sneak peek photo of Tom's waxing job happening yesterday. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back to News Lounge. Well, we all know Christmas time is about spending some quality time with your family and friends. But personally, one of my favourite traditions is the excuse to sing in public.
Yes, and this Saturday, to put Anna's vocals to the test, Brisbane will host the spectacular annual Lord Mayor's Carols in the City. It's a free family event and there's some fantastic lineups with musicians, singers and dancers.
To talk to us about this Brisbane institution, we have with us today the event manager, Ben Farley. Welcome to News Lounge, Ben.
Hi guys, how are you?
Well, thank you. So tell us, what can we expect from this year's event?
Look, this year's been going on for, this event has been going on for years and years and years in Brisbane, and as you said, it really is an institution. And look, there's so many new things and so many exciting things as part of the event. We've got Marina Pryor coming in again. She's an amazing entertainer. We've got Deborah Byrne coming in for the first time for carols. So Deborah and Marina are actually friends, so it's nice to have the two of them actually together as part of the event. We've got Christopher Wayne. He's a really fairly well-known magician around. He's making things things, you know, as magicians do, appear and disappear. Can't let too many secrets out at the moment. We've got Troy Casadale, a local here, and his wife Laurel as well are going to be performing. Plus, yeah, lots and lots of other exciting things as part of the event.
What are some of the beautiful songs? Can you let any away?
I don't think I can let too many away, but one of our big things is we want people to be able to sing carols. So a lot of your favourite carols will be there as part of the event. So, you know, we can't really take requests on the day, unfortunately, but we will have a lot of stuff as part of it. So, you know, the Silent Nights and Away in a Mangers, Joy to the Worlds, all of those really fun carols. So very singable carols, yeah, as part of it.
All the favourites, really.
Pretty well all the favourites.
Well, you're talking about, you know, all the old favourites there, and this is Christmas carols. You're very limited in what you can put on each year. How do you keep it fresh?
We have a great producer, Lisa Barry-Smith, who's been working on the event for longer than I've been working on the event, and she puts the whole event together in terms of the programming, and she's great. And as you said, it's a real challenge between getting the you know, the tradition of carols as well as the creativity of making it fun and new and vibrant each year. And you know, sometimes we haven't quite got that right, but this year I really think we do. There's lots of carols, but there's lots of new stuff, and I can't let you know too many of the secrets. You'll just have to come along.
Because there's a lot of things happening other than carols, isn't there? You were mentioning before with the lion. The tiger.
Yeah, the tiger. Well,
lion, that could be a bit scary.
Yeah,
a
lion. I'm not. I'm a bit worried about a lion. Yeah, look, a couple of years ago we've had Dreamworld involved in carols for the last few years, but a couple of years ago we had a tiger cub backstage, and that was just really fun as part of it. He was only, you know, quite little at the time, and I remember one of the funny stories about that is having to explain to River Stage why one of their palm trees had claw marks down it because the tiger had tried to climb it. And then tigers wandering through, and I remember that was the year we had James Morrison. I remember James had just arrived from his fleet transport, and he basically passed the tiger, and he just stopped and went, "Was that a tiger?" That was great.
You don't expect to see that at a carol.
Not really normal.
Not at all.
When we were backstage, Ben was on the phone all the time, organising, got this enormous logistics. He was telling us he's usually got one radio here, and his phone on his ear. I mean, this must be just an enormous event to plan.
Yeah. Oh, look, we have an amazing team of people, and you know, from our producer Lisa to our TV director to our audio and sound and lighting and everything as part of the event. An amazing team, and it's amazing that it feels very much like family when we get all together. I know that sounds really cliched, but it really does feel very much like that when we all get back together. It's sort of like in February we go, "Oh, we haven't seen you for months," and so it's really nice to be hanging out and working with them again.
So you start again in February, do you?
Yeah, look, I've started working on next year's already.
My goodness.
We've started booking artists already for next year.
That much planning goes into it.
Yeah. So
it's incredible.
It's funny because I joke that I spend most of my year thinking about Christmas in one way or another.
Yeah, you must do. Well, on the same line of logistics, I mean, you must be expecting a huge number of people. How does everyone get in there, find a park, transport? How does it all work?
Oh, look, with a big event like that, and the River Stage seats 10,000 people, so and when it hits 10,000 people, we actually have to close the gates. So, and we have had to do that before. So if you're planning on coming, come early. Gates open at 5. So the best way we recommend is try not to drive. That will be slightly difficult to probably find parking, and you'll probably walk, you know, a mile to get there. But we're recommending train is probably the best way. Get off at South Brisbane or South Bank Station, walk across the Goodwill Bridge. It's really close.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
No, it's not far.
Let's bring the Salvation Army into this, because there's a beautiful charity involved. How do you two work together? Can you tell us more?
Yeah, look, this is our first year that we've had salvos on board as part of the event. So each year we choose a charity partner. We've had a few over the years, but this year we've chosen salvos. So we basically promote them as part of the event, sort of raise their profile. We also have, this year, we've started a new initiative of, we have 50,000 colouring in books that have gone out through IGA stores. They can be purchased for $2. $1 of that goes towards the salvos. So we potentially have $50,000 which will go to salvos at the end of this Christmas period through that promotion. Plus also we have candles on, well, not on sale, for donation. So if you want to grab a candle, then you know that you can donate some money, and that will go again towards the salvos.
Absolutely magical it sounds, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it's great.
So is there any favourite that you have year in, year out that you always look forward to?
I've got 3 kids and another one on the way, and our kids always talk about Colin Buchanan, and not everyone knows about Colin. He's probably he's a kids performer who's been around. He was on a long time ago, but the kids just love him and they think he's great and hilarious, and he's a larrikin backstage. I remember a couple of years ago he would take the name lists off doors and switch them onto other doors, and he's a bit of an event manager's nightmare. But he's fun. He's fun backstage, all in fun. But he's great. Look, every performer has always been fun and enjoyable. Troy's always a delight to have, and Laurel. And James, we don't have James this year, but James has always been, great fun to have as part of the event.
And some huge talent as well there, isn't it?
Huge talent. We've got a choir of over 70 people coming out of Voices of Birralee. We have a band made up of 15 of Brisbane's best.
Pictures there.
Brisbane's best musos, who play in Mary Poppins and those, big productions of QPAC. So very, very talented bunch of people on stage. We've got the Kappa dancers as part of the event as well. I think there's over 50 of them involved as well this year.
So when do people need to arrive and when does it finish?
Look, gates open at 5. We always recommend for people to get there early because it has been known that we do fill up and the gates have to get shut, unfortunately. We have limited space in there. So from 5, we have people lining up from 2 o'clock often. So the main show, we have a pre-show starting at 5, which is some of the Salvos are doing that. Some of our Christmas Star finalists, which is our talent competition, are doing that as well. And as well, the main show starts at 7:15, finishes roughly 9:30.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Ben Farley. I hope we can get there on Saturday. But after the break, when we return, we will be seeing Tom Hartley's Bare Legs. You don't want to miss it. See you soon. Welcome back to News Lounge. If you've just joined us, we've been speaking with Ben Farley, the event manager for the IGA Lord Mayor's Carols in the City.
Bit of a tongueful, that one.
It is. It's a big name, but it's going to be a great show, a spectacular show this Saturday. It's free to go along, so make sure you do. And it's for the Salvation Army, so it's for
fantastic
a good cause.
Causes behind it. Let's head over to sport now with Connor. What's happening in the world of sport, Connor?
Thanks, guys. Well, the Rugby League Players Association and the ARL Commission remain undecided on a new collective bargaining agreement. The Players Association is pushing for a higher $6.5 million salary cap, as well as increases for State of Origin appearances and better retirement funding. The Commission isn't willing to play ball, only offering a $5.2 million salary cap and little changes to other conditions. Brisbane-born Jesse Williams helped his college football team to victory on the weekend, despite suffering an injury to his right knee. The burly 21-year-old is a key defensive player for the University of Alabama's Crimson Tide gridiron team. Williams' knee gave way during the third quarter, but true to the tattoo on his head, which says "Pain is a liar," Williams returned to the field. Crimson Tide defeated the Georgia Bulldogs 32-28 to secure a place in the college championship on the 7th of January. Samantha Stosur has been named Australia's most outstanding tennis player for the third year straight after receiving the Newcombe Medal last night. Stosur said that receiving the medal for the third time was an amazing honour and that the Newcombe Medal was a great reason for the tennis community to come together and celebrate the sport. Despite not winning any single titles in 2012, Stosur reached the final at Doha and Moscow and was a semi-finalist in 4 other events, including the French Open. Ricky Ponting has ended his international career after being dismissed for 8 in his 168th final test. Australia's once king of cricket was caught out at the first slip of the bowling by Peterson just 3 minutes before lunch on the 4th day of the third test against South Africa at the Wacker in Perth. Some say it was a sad way for Ponting to leave the game, but after scoring 13,378 runs in his test cricket career, he had already earned the respect of the crowd and his teammates. Every South African player shook Ponting's hand while the Perth crowd rose to their feet to farewell the 37-year-old. After his shocking departure from the Parramatta Eels, Israel Folau has confirmed he will join the New South Wales Waratahs on a one-year contract. This announcement marks the third time Folau has switched football codes within 4 years. The Brisbane Broncos have dismissed rumours of Petro Civonicava's career being reactivated should the club have a front row crisis next season. Civonicava has retired from NRL after playing his 309th game back in September, but he has agreed to play for the Redcliffe Dolphins in the Queensland Cup. Club manager Andrew Gee has ruled out a return from Civonicava, believing the Broncos roster has a strong batch of front rowers to compensate, which includes Ben Hannett, Josh Maguire and Dave Harler. And that's all for the sport. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Connor. Well, it was lovely to see that the South African team was so lovely when Ricky Ponting finished his last game. I think they formed a guard of honour, I saw, and like you said, they all shook his hand. I mean, that's lovely sportsmanship.
Oh, most definitely. You don't see it very often.
Such a shame it wasn't one of his best games.
It
but
wasn't the best way to sort of leave, but
at
least made the best of it.
No, but he is an Australian cricketing institution, to put it lightly, so we certainly wish him well. I don't know what he'll be going on to do, but I do know what we're going on to do is to watch some good TV. This is going to be some great TV. Yesterday, some of the News Lounge crew, including myself, set out to wax Thomas Hartley's legs. You'll see why. We're going to go to that video right now.
Good morning, News Loungers, and welcome to what is probably going to be one of the most painful experiences of my life with hair. As I did say earlier in the month, or last November, that I would shave my moustache off, or wax it off, but unfortunately I wussed out. But to show good faith, I'm going to wax part of my leg as much as I can before I start crying, thus the sunglasses. We've got Brooke down here. Let's see how we go. Oh my God.
Ready?
Oh, it's gonna hurt so much.
Oh my God, I don't know if they can do this to it.
Just do it. Oh!
Alright. Oh my God, check this out. Look at that.
That is so smooth.
Nice, huh?
Yeah, no, that's disgusting.
One more?
Yeah, no, you can do it. It's not as bad as I thought. Ah, that's the worst part. Far out. Yeah, this is really exciting. I don't know how you women do it, but like I did say, I have heard some screams from my sister's room, and I think I know why. Oh my God. Oh!
Sorry.
My language.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so...
Oh, do you want to go out the front?
Oh my God.
The front of it?
Yeah.
Oh,
The waxing part doesn't hurt that much as the wax going on. Actually, that's a lie. That really hurts. Starting to get tender.
did you make the wax? Oh, it was really
Okay.
drawn blood. We've officially drawn blood.
Oh, no, they're on for a reason. I'm about to cry. This really hurts.
Did you get anyone to sponsor you, Tom?
Oh, yes, I got lots of sponsors. Well, I can tell the cameraman right now, Elliot, thank you so much for your sponsorship, which really pushed it over the edge and got me to that, the prerequisite amount. Oh, there's more wax going on right now. Isn't that just peaceful?
Terrible.
Oh!
How'd it go? Hey, look, it looks like a moan.
Well, as you can see, I'm almost in tears, but it's for an excellent cause, Movember that is. We've had a great time here today. I'm sure everyone has enjoyed the pain that I have endured. But like I said, it's for an excellent cause. And happy Movember to everyone else, and let's see how stunning my leg can stay for the next few months.
Isn't it the most beautiful thing you've ever seen?
He's butchered.
Yeah, I know. It's a good sport, Tom. I have to say that was one of the best days of my life. I had a great time. Good TV.
Sorry for Tom. At least he raised, I don't know, $165, was it?
Oh, what do you mean at least? I would want $165,000
I don't know,
him.
I don't think any amount of money could... Oh,
I know.
He was holding back the tears. You could see him though.
I know, the poor thing when we made him take his sunglasses off. No, it was great, and it's for a great cause, and
Most definitely.
I think he definitely dodged a bullet when we decided not to wax his moustache, because I think that definitely would have been more painful.
No, that couldn't have happened.
So no, but if November donations are still being taken, it's for prostate cancer. So if you do want to support a good cause, make sure you jump online and donate.
Are Tom's donations still open to?
They might be.
collected,
We'll put it on our Facebook page.
Yeah, most definitely. He needs
So
all the
make sure
help
you
he can get now. Poor guy.
And Beck, before the show, you were telling us an interesting piece of trivia.
Yes, yesterday the text message, the Humble Text, celebrated its 20th birthday. The first ever text message read "Merry Christmas." It's a good fact to know.
Merry Christmas. That was a bit early. They sort of jumped the gun there.
Yeah,
didn't
definitely. Good piece of trivia though, Brett.
Yeah. Beck and I had a funny conversation because I didn't know what text message she was talking about. But she meant the text message.
Text
the
message.
existence of the text message. Anyhow, on that fascinating note, we'll see you tomorrow.
See you then.